There was a situation last evening at Kawangware area, and leaders from Western Kenya have just made an address with regards to the same. Our reporter Trix Ngado has covered that for us. She now joins us live with more details on the same. Trix, what really did the leaders say?
Thank you very much, Akisa. Just to give you a recap, before we made our way here to Jacaranda Hotel, we were in Kawangware just to find out the aftermath of the reports that came from that part of the city from last night. So we did talk to some locals, some of them who are really tensed up, and they were afraid for their lives because what they witnessed, they say, is something that has never happened in Kawangware. Even in 2007, when there was a really bad situation of post-election violence, they did not see this kind of aftermath after a vote. So they say that they feel that this kind of situation where they had gangs from and these gangs were divided on tribal lines. We had gangs from the Kikuyu community and some other people, or gangs from a collection of other communities that is based in Kawangware. We have Luyas, we have Kisis and Luos living there. These groups have been living peacefully, but then we're having youths supposedly from both sides of the divide clashing, and we are having reports of really gruesome acts whereby people who voted, some encounter people with who are checking the little finger to see if they voted, and depending on what gang you have encountered, you might have your finger chopped off. So whether you voted or whether you did not vote would not save you from that kind of outcome. So people are really afraid, and some of the women we talked to, some of them in tears, were saying that they have lived there for 21 years, for 25 years, and they had not seen any kind of outcome like this. We're having someone from Muslim village who told us that they did not spend the night in their homes because they say that every time they would try to eat or settle down in their houses, they would have people coming up with reports saying nyumba zinachomwa, so they'd have to go outside and just had to spend the whole night outside. And yet they said they do not feel that they need to be the ones on the receiving end of this kind of political discord between the top leaders of the country. So the situation, as far as businesses are concerned, we did see that some business premises had been torched. We did see some matatus had been torched. But on the flip side of things, we had people who are calling for peace and even writing on the tarmac, peace, amani, just trying to send out a message to anyone and everyone who lives in that area to maintain peace and, let the political elite deal with their differences and not let the locals be the casualties of political discord. Then we did manage to speak to NCIC Commissioner Bado, who told us that investigations are actually ongoing in Kawangware, and they're going to come to the bottom of this, and they're going to try and find out who are the orchestrators of this skirmishes, because they say they seem to have been well planned and not just random conflict that comes up based on locals who do not like each other. Then we did speak to one of Professor Naitule, who had also gone to the area to just find out from locals what had happened, and they say that it is not right for leaders, the top leaders of the country, to come out and destabilize an area that has been peaceful, because once this type of skirmishes take a tribal angle, it's going to be very difficult for them, being political leaders, to come down now and take things back, because once they leave the political